Hello students, today's topic is congruence of triangles, chapter number 7, and we are going to learn congruence criterions for triangles. So let's start. As we know that the two triangles are called congruent triangles if their corresponding angles and corresponding sides are equal. In the earlier session we had learned this. Now let's start the conditions for the congruence of two triangles. What are the conditions are there? So as this we are learned in the earlier session. So how to write the triangle PQR is congruent to triangle LJK. So let's talk about the conditions for congruence of triangles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 criteria, we can say, of 4 rules or 4 conditions for congruence of triangles. So let's take one by one. So first it says SSS, that is if 3 sides of one triangle are equal to the 3 sides of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. And if 2 sides and the included angle of them, one triangle, are equal to the side and the included angle of the other triangle. So this is the SAS congruence rule, and angle side angles rule says the two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the two angles and the included side of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent. And special property for the right angle triangles are, if the two right triangles are given, how we can say that the triangles are right triangles are congruent. So we have the hypotenuse and a side of right angle triangle is equivalent or equal to the hypotenuse and side of the second right angle triangle. So we can say the RHS congruence conditions. So let's start one by one. We will get what are these conditions in brief. So let's start. First is SSS congruence condition or criteria, also we can say this. Two triangles are congruent if all 3 sides of one triangle are equal to the 3 sides of other triangles. As in this figure, we observe by these marks, AB side is equal to the side EDE and side BC is equal to the side EF and the side AC is equal to the side DF. Now we can write AC is equal to DF, AB is equal to DE and BC is equal to EF, then the two triangles are congruent. And when we try to overlap or try to place one triangle on another, so we get that both the triangles covers each other completely. So we can say that triangles are congruent by SSS, that is side congruence rule. So let's take, there are the two triangles ABC and triangle DEF, and try to place one over another. So this shows that triangle ABC and triangle DEF covers exactly one another. So these two triangles are congruent by the side congruence condition. Now let's talk about the next SAS congruence condition. So this says the two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the side and the included angle of the other triangle. Now what is the meaning of the included angle? So included angle is that angle which is the common for both the sides, or we can say the sides, the two sides which have the common vertex. At that vertex the angle formed is the included angle. That is, in these two triangles AC and BC having the angle C, which is the included angle, And in the triangle XYZ, we have XZ and ZY sides includes the angle A. So angle Z. So angle Z is the included angle. So in this figure, we can write this side AC is equal to XZ and the angle C is equal to angle Z in the measurement, and side CB is equal to ZY. So by SAS, that means side angle side, side angle side, these two sides are equal in measure, these two angles C and Z are equal in measure. As similarly, CB side is equal to side ZY in the measurement. All the three are equal to one another. So we can say the triangles are congruent by SAS congruence rule. Now let's talk about the ASA congruence rule, that is angle side angle. So in this figure, as you observe that the two triangles are given, and by marking we can understand the side CB and the side EF are equal. This angle C of the triangle ABC and the angle F of the triangle EFD are equal in measure, as well as angle B and angle E of both the triangles are also equal in measure. So we can say the two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the angles and the included side of the other triangle. That now, what is the meaning of included side? As in the previous slide we observe the included angle, that means the vertex which is common for the two sides. Here the two angles which are on the same side, that side is known as the included side. So here CB and EF, these two sides are the included side in these two triangles. So we can write this angle C is equal to angle F, side BC is equal to side EF, as BC is equal to EF, as B corresponds to angle E and C corresponds to angle F. So we are writing BC is equal to EF, and also angle B is equal to angle E. So by angle side angle, these two triangles are congruent. Now we can observe this. As these are the two triangles ABC and triangle DEF, this angle B and the angle E are equal in measure, as we can observe. Similarly, angle C and the angle E both are equal in measure. Now we try to put one over other. So what will happen? See, this triangle DEF covers the triangle ABC completely. So this means the both two triangles are equal in measure. So we can say triangles are congruent by ASA congruence rule. Now last is RHS congruence condition. Now, R is right, H for hypotenuse, S for side. Right hypotenuse side. This is for the right angle triangles. The two right triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and one of the side of the first triangle is respectively equal to the hypotenuse and one of the side of the second triangle. So for example, we have the triangle ABC and triangle XYZ. Now we can observe in this figure, AC side is equal to the side XZ and BC side is equal to side YZ, and angle B and angle Z both are equal to 90 degree, as the triangles are right triangle. So here BC and XY are equal. We can write the steps for this. Angle B is 90 degree is equal to angle Y. AC, that is hypotenuse, is equal to hypotenuse XZ, and the side BC is equal to YZ. Here this side BC and YZ both are the base of the triangle ABC and XYZ. So we can write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. Similarly, if we have another figure like this, here AB and DE are equal to 8 centimeter, hypotenuse AC and DF are equal to 10 centimeter, and angle B is equal to angle E is 90 degree. So we have angle B is equal to angle E 90 degree, and AC is equal to DF. Both the sides are equal in measure, and side AB and side DE are equal in measure. So we can write the triangles are congruent, where AB and DE are the perpendiculars. Now in these two figures, where the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ, and in this triangle ABC is triangle DEF congruent. In both the diagrams we are getting, in the first we are having the side BC, that is the base, and here we are having the side AB, that is the perpendicular. So the condition says it is one of the angle is 90 degree and the hypotenuse, and any one side we can take, either it is perpendicular or either it is base. So any one side by of the two legs of the right triangle are equal. Any one leg will be equal to the another triangle. So the right triangles are congruent. So here we can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So let's summarize. What is the meaning of SSS? That is side, 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 where these three sides are respectively equal to the one another. In the rule SAS, that is side angle side, the two sides and angle included between them is the side angle side congruence rule. And the ASA says two angles and the side included between them is the ASA congruence rule. And RHS rule says the right triangle are there and hypotenuse and one of the side is equal, then these two triangles are congruent. So by this we can memorize, or we can get the concept very easily, that what are the four congruence criterias for the triangles to be congruent.